Any last-minute rewrites today?
None that I know of.
Mr. Ogg, did you ever find camera number 3?
We did indeed, Kenny.
Kenneth.
It's down at JJ's pawn shop.
Hey, Julie, could you feed me my lines today?
I'll have you know that I once stabbed the lead of Hamlet with this very eyebrow pencil for asking me that same question.
So that's a no?
Look, I just want you all to know that when this series ends, I will not be participating in any reunion shows.
Oh my God, who's gonna play the dead body?
I have an idea, Blake. Why don't you wilt Montgomery with some self-esteem deflating comments?
Sorry, I have a hard time not being sassy. My sass is chronic, and no medication seems to keep it under control.
Roll the titles, if you will, Mr. Ogg.
Like I was saying, these roles are all fluff. I think aging will bring my meatiest roles.
I think you're confusing television with the restaurant. I'm sorry. See, I can't help it.
There's the theme music. We're up.
Perhedo Brothers Television
pestilential
Broadcasters
prison with
present
a lifelong
the Movie Parody Network, advertising the classics one movie at a time. Today's feature presentation is The Big Nap. I'm not sure what this one's all about, but I've been told that it's a ripping good yarn with lots of gunfights, some giant plot holes, and
Can we
deep
stall 'em?
uncertainty.
I don't have a
So
belt.
Don't change the
I don't have a
channel,
belt.
please.
Mr. Ogg, you forgot to mention that we have an impeccable safety record. That would have ended your intro on a positive note.
Stop. Your pants? All right.
It's going to take a portion of my cunning. No, all of my cunning to keep from getting fired after that. Camera one up.
What do you want to see me about, General?
Mr. Marlowe, I have 2 daughters, Vivian and Carmen. Frankly, I'd rather have a box of fish than the 2 of those. Because of them, I'm being blackmailed again. Here, take a look at this.
Arthur Gwynne Geiger, book dealer. What's this Geiger do?
He's a book dealer. You know how embarrassing it is to be blackmailed by a book dealer?
I know a fellow once was blackmailed by a jockey. All of a sudden, wham! 10 years later, hit by a truck. I'm just saying.
You might want to try tying the beginning and the end together with a thread of logic.
So who blackmailed you the first time?
Joe Brody, blackmailer by trade, one of the best. I say spend the money, do it right the first time. I always say.
That gives me plenty of information to go on. Tell you what, get back with me when the dice roll 2 pair.
I tell you what, I'll get back to you when the dice roll 2 pair.
Good idea.
I'm Vivian Rutledge. I see you've met my father. Drinking so early?
I wouldn't complain. It's actually making you look attractive.
Ignoring that. Now, this business of Dad's, do you think you can handle it for him?
Shouldn't be too tough.
What will your first step be?
I like to lead with my left foot.
You don't have to play poker with me, Mr. Marlowe. Dad wants to find Sean Regan, doesn't he?
Does he?
I don't like your answers.
Maybe you shouldn't waste your time trying to cross-examine me then.
People don't talk to me like that. I mean, you just did, but outside of you.
Put a bookmark right in, Miss Rutledge. I have a book to purchase.
What a clever book reference.
I'm writing a new chapter and you're not in it.
And so early in the morning.
Why don't you wake up and smell the binding?
Okay, that one didn't work.
No big surprise there.
Do you have a Chevalier 1849?
Not at the moment.
Perhaps a Mark Twain first edition. You know, the one with the pictures.
Fresh out.
Pulp novel?
Nope.
You do sell books here.
What do those look like to you? Grapefruit? No, I mean behind the grapefruit.
Maybe I better see Mr. Geiger.
Maybe you better go away.
Maybe I'm thinking about it.
Maybe you didn't hear me say scram!
Maybe the subtleties of your sentences aren't very easy to understand.
Why doesn't my bookstore sell grapefruit?
Special fog effects, Mr. Ogg.
Fog it is.
Hey, so this guy you're seeing, What's he got that I don't got?
He has literally everything you don't have. A car, an address, a second pair of shoes, a full set of teeth, and the ability to say the word undies without snickering.
Undies. Sorry.
Hey, ease up on the phone, Mr. Ogg. It's like a Turkish bath in here.
Hello, Barney.
Hello, Phil. Hey, you're still working for the Sternwoods, aren't you? Well, I thought you might want to know that we just fished a big packet out of the surf off Lido Pier. There was a guy in it.
Couldn't be Sean Regan, could it?
No, his name's Owen Taylor, Sternwood chauffeur. He had a broken neck and his bow tie was missing.
Maybe people will finally realize how difficult it is to be a chauffeur.
Yeah. One minute you're on top of the world, next minute they're picking seaweed out of your ear.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
One minute you're chowing down on a delicious sushi dinner, and the next minute you got fish in your glove compartment.
Okay, that's good, Barney.
One minute you're chicken of the sea, next minute you're just canned tuna. One minute your friends call you champ, the next minute your nickname's chum. Yeah, I used to be called the champ. Yeah, let's go get some donuts.
Mr. Ogg, out of curiosity, where did you work before coming to Berhedo Brothers?
The steam factory, down by the mills.
Well, that goes a long way in explaining your affinity for overfogging a set.
Hey, when you have an effect, abuse it. That's what I always say. Camera one, 2 shot, please.
If you find a skeleton buried on our property with knitting needles jammed in his eyes, I didn't do it. Disregard. You better look at this. It came this morning by messenger.
It's a reasonable likeness of Carmen.
I got a phone call from a woman. She wants $5 for the negative.
$5? You kidding? The lighting, the composition. I'll do a better one for $1.50.
She said there was a police jam connected with it.
Have you got the $5 on you?
No, but I can get it. I'll have to go to Eddie Mars.
Gambler?
Gambler? That wasn't even a sentence. Do you mean is he a gambler or am I a gambler?
I'm not book smart. I'm street smart.
In other words, you're imaginary smart.
I taste 4.
Am I book smart or street smart?
Are those my only 2 choices?
Now look, Carmen, I don't know how much trouble you're used to, but according to your resume, you've had plenty of practice dodging it.
You read my resume?
I want you to go home, Carmen, and stay put. I'm gonna find Joe Brody. I think he has the negative.
So you're Philip Marlowe, Private Dick. Who's the girl?
That's none of your beeswax.
I can make it my beeswax.
You wouldn't want to. The pay's too low. By the way, how's Mrs. Mars these days?
So you know I'm Eddie Mars. Got any good ideas, soldier?
Yeah, 1 or 2, but Einstein got to him first. But here's my leftover ideas. Someone gunned down Geiger, and someone's got the goods on Mrs. Rutledge now. Which one are you?
You take chances, soldier.
I get paid, too. Not much, but that's where the booze comes in.
That whole hat bit made me feel very uncomfortable.
Besides that little hat bit, this episode was a day at the spa.
You realize we're only halfway through.
Oh, why don't you give me a nice little paper cut and pour some lemon juice on it?
We live too far from the city. No one ever comes to visit us. We need a new... Oh, someone's at the door. Joe. Joe, someone's at the door, Joe.
Okay.
Joe, get the door! Oh, God.
You're Joe Brody.
Yeah, so what?
Joe, you got Geiger's film and I got a gun. Let's talk things over.
A gat's always been a conversation starter in my world.
Joe, the cops want to find out where all that lead in Geiger's body came from.
Maybe he eats too much fish.
That's mercury and you're an idiot. Look, Joe, you shot Geiger and then you took the film out of his camera.
You're crazy. Joe didn't shoot nobody.
It's anybody, Agnes. Joe didn't shoot anybody.
I'm street smart, not book smart.
Well, evidently they didn't teach grammar at Boulevard Elementary.
I like that punchline better. Right? Get the picture, Joe.
Yeah, I get the picture.
No. I mean, get the picture and hand it to me.
You sap, Joe. You said as soon as this deal went through there would be dancing and breakfast in bed and arguments over the proper way to discipline the children.
We got kids?
I always thought the desire to procreate showed deep personal weakness.
My father was very pleased when he saw the morning papers. Drinking your breakfast? He asked me to give you a check now that the case is closed.
Closed? Maybe as far as Geiger's concerned, yes.
Then it's completely closed. Here's a check for, $5.
Say, who told you to sugar me off the case? Was it Eddie here?
What was the question again?
Do you know Eddie's wife Mona ran off with Sean Regan? That he owns the house Geiger was operating in? That he's mixed up in this racket, too?
Okay. I'm more of a visual person. Words are big and hard to understand.
Where's Sean Regan, Eddie? You didn't bump him off, did you?
Ha! That's so funny I forgot to laugh. Well, except for that first haw.
Sure don't seem to be in much of a hurry to find that wife of yours, do you?
Hey, quit being so curious, soldier. What's between me and my wife is between me and my wife. That is to say, my wife and I. Well, no, I'm just being redundant.
Very smooth, Blake. Putting your arm around me? I told you before, no touching me.
I thought that was only when you were asleep.
You are my sunshine.
Nay.
Okay, Agnes, you said you had some information for me.
Have you got my $2?
Can I get a receipt for that?
You made me lose count. What? You been drinking?
Yes, I have. Thanks for noticing.
I was out for a drive last Sunday when I saw Sean Regan and Mona Mars. I tailed them up to a house in Rio Lido. That's where Eddie Mars' wife is holed up.
You sure of that?
Why would I lie? I mean, other than the fact that I'm a woman.
Interesting species, the woman. You can't live with them. You can't afford to feed them. Get out.
So long, Marlowe. I got a raw deal.
Your kind always does.
What kind is that?
The worst kind.
Wake up, Sam Spade.
The detective's name is Philip Marlowe, not Sam Spade.
What's going on here? They're leaving out huge chunks of the plot. What happened to the kidnapping scene?
The Burhettos asked me to cut that scene. Not enough funny going on.
All of a sudden he's tied up? Seriously?
So, you'd be Mrs. Eddie Mars, the woman Regan was supposed to run off with. Huh?
That's right.
I don't suppose you have any scotch on you, do you? Now you're living a clean life. Oh, hello, Angel. I figured I'd find you here.
You had to go on with this, didn't you?
So where's Canino?
He went down the street to telephone Eddie. Someday there's going to be a phone in every home. Murders will be carried out more efficiently and life will be better for everyone. Well, for those of us who are still alive, anyway.
Eddie killed Sean Regan. Don't forget that.
Eddie's not that kind of guy. In fact, he was voted second runner-up for the coveted Good Sport Award, see?
Yes, I see.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't win, did he?
Well, not at first. But he did serve out the remainder of the year after the winner and the first runner-up mysteriously died.
Oh, nothing says good sportsman like two mysterious deaths. who throws water anymore? It's not like it hurts.
And I'm the one that has to clean it up.
Will you get out of this and stay out if I let you go?
No. Now go get a knife and cut these ropes. Ooh, nice job. Say, you don't have a gun on you, do you? Or a drink? A gun or a drink, you choose.
Will this help?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I was gonna get hammered, but you chose gun. Listen, Vivian, before Canino gets here, I gotta tell you something. I promised my first girlfriend that we'd meet up in heaven. Well, I'm just saying, if things go wrong here, it's something we might have to deal with. But here he comes! Drop it, Canino!
Hey, take it easy, Marlo. I'm not holding anything.
Well, then pick something up and then drop it.
What about this?
What? Ha-ha! You missed me, Canino!
You do realize that monkey is not really acting.
Of course he is. I'm watching him. I see his words.
They've taught him to jabber on cue, and as soon as the scene is over, they'll give him a banana or something.
Damn! My poor shooting skills.
Did I get you? Come on, baby. Oh, hello, Eddie. Now, this is Marlo. Now, Canino was a pretty good boy. You're gonna have trouble getting another as good. Meet me at Club Martini. It worked.
You're taking an awful chance.
Yeah, Eddie Mars has been one step ahead of me the whole way. Now, I finally got the drop on him. Go keep a lookout, Eyeball.
Looks like Eddie brought some boys with him.
Run this way.
Martini.
Aha! I got here first, Eddie. Now step away from the martini nice and easy.
Phil, there's two men out back behind some trees. I think they're urinating.
Oh, they really had to go. They weren't lying. They asked me to stop at a gas station, and I thought it was an excuse to buy beef jerky.
So if I stepped out that door, I'd get a lead shower, right, Eddie? I mean, assuming those guys are done with their business.
Hey, take it easy there.
Yeah, well, what happens to the first person who walks out that door, huh? Go on.
Ah! Ow! Marlo! These are new shoes!
Huh?
Hey, don't shoot! It's me!
When the cops get here, let me do the talking. I might have to throw you under the bus to save my own hide.
I'll never forgive you, Marlo.
I'll never forget you either.
Vivian.
I know. You know, someday we're going to look back on this and laugh, but I doubt it. Right now, I'm really tired, I'm really hungover, and all I want to do is take a really big nap.
Have you got anything lower on that TV than off?
Do you know what your problem is? You don't understand art. That and you're against monkeys. Monkey and art hater.
In the annals of television broadcasting, that will go down as the worst gunfight in history.
Are you forgetting about mostly DOA?
Mr. Ogg, would you please remove my name from the credits? Thank you.
Do you want someone to drink with, or will you be drinking alone again?